Hi guys, welcome to another movie review by me, Beardo. Today I will be reviewing the Justice League. Please be aware there may be some minor spoilers for other films in the DCEU, so only watch if you've seen those or if you don't actually mind about spoilers. So the Justice League is set after Superman has sacrificed himself for mankind in defeating Doomsday, and there's a new threat coming, and Batman and Wonder Woman, who are played by Ben Affleck and Gal Gadot, have decided to set up a new team of heroes in order to fight incoming forces. They track down Barry Allen, who is the Flash, played by Ezra Miller, and also Aquaman, who is played by Jason Mamoa. Ray Fisher plays Cyborg, who rounds off the Justice League. They are all getting to know each other and have to find a way to band together to defeat Steppenwolf. There was already a lot of negative press around the film. Obviously, it was originally supposed to be two films, Justice League Part 1 and Part 2. Then it was cut down to one film. And then Zack Snyder, director, left the film because he had a family tragedy, which meant that Joss Whedon came in, wrote reshoots, filmed new parts, and had to finish off the project for him. It's definitely a lot lighter in tone compared to Batman v Superman, but I wouldn't say it feels more Joss Whedon than it does Zack Snyder. If anything, it doesn't feel like any of them at all. The cast are all pretty good in their roles. Ben Affleck is still pretty decent as Batman. Henry Cavill does return as Superman. That's not really a spoiler, but he does. And Gal Gadot really steals the show as Wonder Woman. But she does such an amazing job. She's always likeable on screen. She always has such a presence that never feels overpowering, but it's very commanding. And it's definitely one of the better performances of the film. As Wonder Woman is the only character that has had her own origin story so far, it's a bit difficult to connect these characters. They try and introduce them in a way in Justice League that makes you think you know the basics of their beginnings, which is fine, but I think it definitely would have benefited if they had all had their own setup films beforehand, or at least a different film where they all featured with other characters, just to give that basis so you're a bit more familiar with the character, because it really does, unfortunately, mean that characters like Cyborg, you feel like there's so much more there for his character, but you don't really get to explore it enough in the runtime for Justice League. Unfortunately, the bad guy in the film, Steppenwolf, is just a bit basic. I think that's what you need for a film when you're trying to get a group of people together, but I think Steppenwolf is the wrong character to do that with. He's quite a big character in DC Comics, he's quite a big villain, so to kind of sideline him in order to put together the Justice League, it means he doesn't get the screen time and the presence he actually needs. You know he's evil, and he's pretty much just evil for the sake of being it, and that's kind of it.
Oh, that was way harsh, Ty.
The effects are kind of hit and miss. Steppenwolf is motion captured, but it's not fantastic. I wouldn't say it's terrible. I heard a lot of reviews saying how bad it was, and I don't think it was that bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't enough for me to be like, oh, that looks terrible, I feel like I'm still completely out of this film now. You know, it's a film about superheroes, so it's not exactly going to have the level of believability that a film like, I don't know, War of the Planet or the Apes might have. You know, there's something to go on, whereas when you're creating like an alien being, of course it's going to look fake because you know it's not real.
It isn't?
You can also tell that the film was supposed to be longer. It feels like it's been cut down really badly. The editing isn't great in a few places. It feels really rushed. And I think if it was another 15-20 minutes longer, then it would have flowed a bit better. And background characters, well, I say background characters, but characters like Lois Lane and Martha Kent, they would have got more to do and had more screen presence, but they're pretty much left to just supporting background characters with not actually much, you know, you're aware they're there, but that's kind of it. They're just moping around with nothing to do. That being said, I actually really enjoyed Justice League. I thought it was really fun. Ezra Miller as the Flash definitely has the biggest comic relief for the film. He makes it really, really funny, and I wouldn't put this down to just Joss Whedon's reshoots. I actually think Zack Snyder's put a bit of humour in there as well. There's a fantastic action scene at the beginning set on Themyscirus with the Amazonian women, which is really awesome. And another one set in the city of Atlantis with Aquaman, which is just really fun and kind of different from what we've seen before. So it'll be really interesting to see how the Aquaman film plays out next year. People are definitely going to be hating on this film because I think Batman v Superman just left such a sour taste in their mouths. And in a way, I think it was right to kind of simplify the plot of Justice League in order to bring these characters together. They did the right thing with the characters, but it's just that the story wasn't great. I'll definitely look forward to seeing more from them, that's for sure. Like I said, I really did enjoy this film. It's definitely got its problems, but it was like a summer blockbuster for me. It was turn your brain off and enjoy what's happening on the screen. It's a film about bloody superheroes flying around and, you know, kicking the shit out of each other, and for what it was worth, it was really enjoyable for me. And for that reason, I will score the film 3.5 out of 5. Thanks again for taking the time to check out another one of my reviews. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, comment or subscribe, and then you will see more reviews coming from me soon. Thank you.